What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Twin Bets. We're going to be breaking down today's full game slate tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yesterday, we had a nice little evening, went 4-2. We had a late one.
Hey, Norman Powell came through for me. Big three with 25 seconds left in the game. We had the over 2.5 threes. That was nice. Put us positive on the night. Otherwise, I think we would have been probably right at
3-3.
Right at probably a little bit below. So that was good.
Yeah. Couple things last night too. Kevin Huerter just balled out again with Atlanta. One thing to note with Joe, he's in the streets. He's just paying attention to everything. So when he kind of knew that Trae Young was more than likely going to sit, we had him projected Huerter for 15 points to begin with. His line was at 13.5. So we decided let's just jump on it now. If Trae Young gets ruled out, we know he's going to smash. And that's exactly what happened. But to be in the streets, it's great. While Joe's on his Twitter, he's all over it, following all the right guys to know those things and bring that to you guys. So that's just another plus with being here. If you want all the official plays, you got to join the Discord. That's where all the free picks are. We try to give all the picks out on YouTube. If we got them, we'll give them to you. But that's another place to find them because the show's only here right now. But the Discord and the picks are going to be out all the way up until the last game. Sometimes we got those 10:30 start times Eastern Standard Time. So first game today, Joe, let's get into it. We got Boston Celtics have traveling to the New York Knicks. 2-point spread total at what we got the total 209.
So low one. It's always it's just this game always is like grinded out. The superstars come out in this one. It's at the Garden. It's a fun environment. Tatum really struggled last night. 6 of 20 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. The team goes as he goes. You were saying like the team goes as Brown goes. Now it's flip-flop. Tatum's struggling. Now the team, if Tatum can get it going, they'll be doing well. Their defense has been pretty solid. They don't give up a ton at the rim. They've got Time Lord and Al Horford down there. RJ Barrett too. Yeah, RJ Barrett had a phenomenal game. Put up 19 in the first quarter versus the Pacers. This one he gets a tougher matchup. Might be looking to take his under. He doesn't really score a ton unless he gets the bucket a lot, and sometimes he knocks down a couple of threes. He's not a great shooter.
Very streaky.
Very, very streaky. So I don't really have a lean here on the over-under or the spread. I don't know if you have any lean on the over-under or
just on the spread. I think the Celtics first quarter spread I really liked. I think the Celtics are hungry. They need some wins. They got all their pieces back. They've got Robert Williams back and Al Horford back. It was kind of the first time we got them all back. I just think they're the better team overall, and I'm happy to take them at -2.5, -3.
And then you were big on Tatum. Do you have any reasoning behind this pick, or is it more just
Knicks just give up?
Do it.
Knicks don't have anybody to slow him down. I don't know who they're going to put on to slow him down. You've got two studs in Brown and Tatum. Each time they played this twice this year, he's put up, I think, over 7 threes in both games. One was that double overtime where he shot 13. He played horrible. 20 points in the first outing, 25 in the second. I just think he's going to find his rhythm. It's just a good opportunity, a good bounce back spot. Like
the volume will be there.
The volume's there. It's just if he can make some shots. It's just sometimes he's just not all there. But tonight, I think it's just a good spot to get right. He's even if he shoots poorly, he can still get 24 points.
The Knicks give up a lot of threes as well, so I really like Jaylen Brown threes. He's been taking a lot more, and he's shooting really well. And then Mitchell Robinson over 7.5 rebounds, a good spot for him as well. And that's not an official pick, but one that he talked about and kind of like.
Yeah, and just a note, just on that Celtics side, just is totally different, but on the basketball side, just would be nice to see if they just utilize Marcus Smart a little bit more than Dennis Schroeder, because I mean, Marcus Smart doesn't run the offense all that much, but when he does, it's a lot more efficient. It's not so stagnant. Celtics could be so much better if they just played a little bit more like the Warriors, or just like a little bit more cohesive. It's
like they force things to Jaylen Brown and Tatum so much, and they're not really playmakers. Like Steph, when he gets the ball, like to your point, that they get the ball and he can create. He's already making that dime to.
So if you're going to pay him that much freaking money to play for the Celtics, then man, utilize him and be actual piece.
They just want to score. They don't want to create offense. So it becomes
Marcus Smart is the only one who can do that. It feels like to me, and I just think he's a dog. And I really like what Marcus Smart.
Yeah, if Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum aren't shooting well, the Celtics really struggle. So to your point, the Knicks give up a lot of transition as well, which is why I kind of like Marcus Smart in this one as well. Just because if they get a lot of turnovers, and he's the one that gets out on the break when they do get turnovers, he's the one forcing the turnovers. So I kind of like him as well.
Last thing on that one, I think, will be Mitchell Robinson. It is in there actually, over 7.5 rebounds. like you said, it's just standing around, shots. It's going to be a little slower pace. It just sets up well with Al Horford and Time Lord under the bucket for him just to rack up a couple boards. Nerlens Noel's out again tonight. So
Maddie says I'm not a fan of today's NBA slate. I'm not, it's not a fun one. I like the 10. Like some DFS players, they don't like the 11 game slate. For betting purposes, we love the 10 game slate. There's a lot more to dive into, but 4 game slate. We're going to try to get our picks as best as possible. We've taken one official pick tonight, so just tells you how it is. You're right. not the most fun slate in the world, but
all right, let's keep it going. Golden State Warriors dropped one last night against the Mavs played really well. They match up great against them.
You were all over that. You said the Mavs are going to play them tight, and look what happened.
Yeah, and it's just a tricky one. But yes, they couldn't get it done. I know we had a couple guys.
It was Dirk's jersey retires that night, so we knew not to. Why would we bet against Dirk's night? So that was kind of tough.
Yeah, Dirk's just a stud.
I know our buddy John had put his big free bet on the Warriors. And sorry, John,
didn't come through.
Sorry, John.
Anyway, so tonight we got the Warriors at the Pelicans. Pelicans getting everybody back. They've had Brandon Ingram, Joe Bell in the last 2 games. Devontae Graham playing pretty good. Josh Hart's kind of doing his thing. So it is going to be a really good matchup. The spread indicates it. It's a pick 'em. How are you going to handle this we got Steph out and Draymond out tonight?
Those are 2 huge pieces. I mean, that's the motors of the Warriors team, but they've done well without Steph before.
They're like a 50-50 team without Steph, I'd say. Through the course of the year, I think the analytics, I was listening to a podcast, Locked on Warriors, this morning, where they talked about that in anticipation of Steph sitting tonight.
Yeah, that's I wonder who they played, because this Pelicans team, their defense stinks. And I said earlier, I think I might take this as an official pick. The Warriors team total over 105. We saw the Suns put up 42 points on them in the first quarter the other night, and we've seen them give up 110, 105 plus every night in the last 5-6 games. They've had a rough stretch, the Pelicans. They had to play the Bucks, the Nets, the Jazz, the Suns, I think, or the Cavs, and now they get the Warriors. They just brutal stretch here, and they haven't been able to win any, because late in the game, when clutch time comes, BI is just not clutch. I mean, he settles for jump shots. He doesn't get to the rim. Maybe some of that's his injury that he was struggling with before early in the year, but just not a clutch team at all. They fold down the stretch every game, it seems like. I was betting on them early in the year when they were close with a team or they got a team. I would bet the other team and just watch the money grow. They're just not very good down the stretch. I like the Warriors here. Their team total, I don't know. My gut says says that the Pelicans find a way to win this one at home. It's just like they're due. You're the hotter you're due, and I think they're due to get one. I wouldn't probably touch the total or the spread or the money line on this one. But Jordan Poole, the New Orleans gives up a ton to point guards. I like his over points and maybe over assists. He's going to be doing a lot of the ball handling. We've seen him drop 30 plus with Steph out many times. He's their guy when Steph is out. So I like Jordan Poole quite a bit at 19.5.
Yeah, same thing. Joe just said. That's what I love about the Warriors. Joe's been all on Andrew Wiggins, just how consistent he is. He's really found his groove. In the interviews, you hear him talk about how much he loves his team, how different it is than Minnesota when he was with Minnesota. Like, it's just a whole different ball game. You go from a certain culture to a new culture. It does. I mean, it pays dividends to build up a culture like that the Golden State Warriors have done with Kerr and everybody there. He loves it there, and he's playing so well. But to go on that with Jordan Poole, he is the playmaker when Steph is out. He can do a lot of the things. Okay, he can do some of the things that Steph does.
But who better to learn from that he's been learning from? I mean,
yeah, and the same thing.
He's got to pick up some things.
To grow up under. He's just been really good. I'm not scared to take the Warriors money line here. I think they still are a very good team without him. And then another note with that, I can't wait for Clay to get back. It's going to be later this month. It's going to be very slow getting them in. They're going to work them in really, really slowly with injuries that kept him out for 2 years. But just a side note, love this Warriors team as a whole. It's just not put together like the way you would think a championship team is, but they are more than capable to win a championship this year.
Yes, and man, I forget what I was about to say. Oh yeah, I know. Warriors and Grizzlies, they're very similar. I love what the Grizzlies next game up, but the way their culture is built, it's next man up mentality. We saw the Grizz without Brooks, without Anderson, without Tilly, without Zaire Williams
at the beginning of the year,
without Ja, and they still found ways to win. Same thing. It's just next man up. We aren't missing a beat. We know our offense, we know our defense, and we're just going to play the same way, and we're going to get wins. So I really like the Warriors. And going into our next game, the Grizzlies, I like the Grizzlies here a lot as well.
So there's 2 games down. If you want the official plays, please join the Discord. Leave a comment, drop a like today on this video. We really appreciate you guys to sub up so you can see when we're going live. And
that way we keep doing this. We like to keep doing this.
Check out the plays of the day so we can make some money together. So we got 2 games in, been live for about 10 minutes. Let's finish up these next 2. So just real quickly for that last one, we got Jordan Poole over his points. Team total Warriors, and then I think the Warriors can still win that game. You can get money line at like minus 105, 108 on FanDuel. So this game, what do you got for us?
The Pistons, man, their defense was so bad last night. We watched a lot of
that
game.
Every night.
It's bad. No rim protectors. They just give up a ton. Trey Lyles is not a good defender down low, very undersized. I like the Grizzlies here a ton. Ja's playing amazing. Desmond Bane's out. I think he's doubtful. Probably not going to play. And then Kyle Anderson's doubtful as well. But they get Dylan Brooks back for
It sounds like I'm back now. Headset Astros. Chat, can you hear me? All right, so we're back. JoJo, I'm going to talk about this game here. We got the Detroit Pistons at the Memphis Grizzlies. We talked about it for just a second. You got it. Okay, so like you said, Detroit Pistons defense is dog water. And tonight, I really like Jaws, though. I like his under points, though. I think in a blowout situation like this, I think it's just going to be a little bit of feeding everybody. Everybody's going to score. I think Jaws under points is a good bet tonight in this game. Any bets that you got, Joe? Let me see this. Hello, everybody. I like Cade Cunningham threes. The Grizz give up a ton of threes, and Cade's just chucking right now. The whole Pistons team's just chucking. It's that's what they do. Sadiq Bey last night, we saw him put up like 10 threes in the first quarter, and just catch it and chuck. So if they hit, they can keep this game somewhat close. But I don't really like betting on people to just make their threes. So I take the Grizzlies minus 13. And bet the under as well and print some money. That's what I have for this one. Steven Adams over 10.5 rebounds with all the threes they'll be chucking. He's going to be the one down there snagging on the boards because Jaren Jackson, we bet on him before to get rebounds and it never works out. So give me that. January 6th, Clippers Suns, last game. 10.5 point spread. This one, the Clippers have been rail with injuries. I think they might get Nicholas Batum back, which is nice. He's a really good defender for them. But without PG, without Luke Kennard, without Hartenstein as well, really depleted. And Zubac out as well. So really, really sets up well for the Suns to get another win here at home. They're 16-4, I believe, at home this year. They're very good. We talk about them all the time. Next man up mentality. They lose their 3 big men, and Jalen Smith has come in and played really well. They've really figured it out the last couple of games. We were talking about them struggling against the Celtics one night, and they whatever Monty did, he said we're going to fix this, that, and they've become a lot better against the big teams. We saw them against the Pelicans last night. Really put the beating on them. or a couple nights ago. So I really like the Suns here at home. They're just a well-oiled machine. I like them a lot. You got anything? Yeah, only thing is Clippers without Zubac, their defense, and Hartenstein out, like their defense is just really, really bad. They have no interior protection, so a lot of drives could happen tonight. Devin Booker's going to get to the bucket at will. I mean, it's just a really bad matchup for the Clippers. Clippers are not playing very well. Reggie Jackson hasn't been playing great either, coming back, and Bledsoe has not made great decisions on the offensive end either. It's just been a really poor showing. They really need to get PG back. Marcus Morris tonight is going to have a hefty load. His points are at like 18 and a half, 17 and a half in different places. It's one at first. When I first saw, I was thinking about taking the under. I decided to just stay away. So with this game, I really don't have much as far as props. It's just a Suns or nothing for me tonight from the spread. So that does it for us today. Thank you for hanging out with us. We got a little bit of a technology mess up there, but we got it up and running. Thank you for joining with us. If you want those free picks, please join the Discord. That's where all the picks are going to be from now until tip off for the late game. So thanks for joining with us, and we'll see you guys in the next video.